When the Galactic Alliance demanded Earth's strongest weapon, they expected nukes, or plasma cannons. Instead, humanity handed them a steaming cup of coffee. What followed was addiction, chaos, jittery soldiers, and a galactic crisis unlike anything the stars had ever seen. When humanity finally joined the Galactic Alliance, the first thing they asked us was simple. Provide us with your strongest weapon. Naturally, Earth's diplomats panicked. Did they want nukes? Railguns? Chemical warfare? But the alien envoys clarified. No. Not a weapon of destruction. A weapon of endurance. Something to keep our soldiers awake, alert, and effective. The room fell silent. And then, slowly, one human delegate raised a hand. We've got coffee. The aliens blinked. What is coffee? The first shipment of roasted beans arrived at the Alliance testing facility. Scientists studied them cautiously, expecting some elaborate chemical weapon. What they found was a bitter, aromatic drink. This? Asked the Supreme Commander. This brown liquid? This is your most powerful stimulant. The human representative grinned. Just try it. And so, with ceremonial caution, the first cup of coffee was brewed in a galactic lab. The alien officer sipped. His eyes widened. By the stars. 5 minutes later, he was pacing the room, dictating 3 reports at once, reorganizing military schedules, and ranting about how the entire supply chain of the Alliance could be made 7.3% more efficient. Within an hour, he had redrawn the entire fleet's patrol routes. Within 2, he collapsed, muttering that he'd never felt so alive. News of the Terran weapon spread like wildfire. Commanders across the Alliance demanded their own supply. Barracks were retrofitted with caffeine stations. Training academies replaced nutrient shakes with steaming mugs. At first, the results were incredible. Soldiers drilled harder. Engineers pulled triple shifts. Pilots flew 20-hour patrols without blinking. Reports flowed faster, logistics improved, and campaigns that normally dragged on for months wrapped up in weeks. The humans watched nervously. You might want to pace yourselves. But the aliens didn't listen. They were hooked. It didn't take long for the cracks to show. Entire units became jittery and restless. Meetings devolved into overlapping speeches, as caffeinated ambassadors shouted over each other at warp speed. One alien species, the Lothari, naturally calm and meditative, discovered espresso. Within days, their monks were vibrating, chanting prayers at triple speed, and proposing radical reforms to galactic law. Another species began importing syrups, cream, sugar, turning coffee into elaborate desserts. Productivity plummeted as alien soldiers spent hours debating foam art instead of fighting battles. And when the supply chain faltered? Riots. Entire fleets ground to a halt, demanding their daily rations. The Alliance had asked for a weapon. They got an addiction. It got worse. Commanders started stockpiling beans like contraband. Black markets appeared. Smugglers made fortunes running roasted beans across borders. Wars nearly broke out over trade routes from Earth. In one infamous case, an alien governor seized an entire shipment of Colombian beans and declared independence, threatening civil war unless the Alliance guaranteed his planet a monthly quota. The humans watched, horrified. "We tried to warn you," they said. "You can't just chug espresso all day." But the aliens weren't listening anymore. They were too busy jittering, fidgeting, and making 30-year infrastructure plans in one afternoon. For a brief, terrifying moment, it seemed the Alliance might collapse entirely under the weight of its coffee dependency. And yet, something strange happened. Crime dropped, because criminals were too busy planning heists they never executed. Innovation skyrocketed, because scientists, wired on cappuccinos, refused to sleep until they solved equations. Entire wars ended, not because of peace, but because generals, overstimulated on cold brew, decided they'd rather argue economic theory at 3 a.m. than actually fight. Human coffee didn't just destabilize the Alliance. It transformed it. Finally, the Alliance summoned Earth's delegation. "You knew," accused the Chancellor. "You knew this substance would consume us." The human ambassador shrugged. "We did try to warn you. We told you to pace yourselves. Moderation, you know." The Chancellor slammed the table. "Moderation is impossible. You've given us both the greatest gift and the deadliest curse." The humans exchanged looks. One diplomat whispered, "So, should we tell them about tea?" And so it was that Earth never became known for our weapons, or even our wars. We became known for coffee. The drink that turned the Galactic Alliance into a jittery, hyperproductive, occasionally unstable empire. Some called it a curse. Others, a miracle. But to humans, it was just Monday morning. The galaxy wanted endurance. Instead, they discovered coffee. Armies marched faster, politicians spoke louder, and entire governments nearly collapsed, all thanks to a humble human drink. We never conquered the galaxy with weapons, just with caffeine. If you enjoyed this HFY story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more.